Hello everybody, welcome to the back nine coverage of the 2023 Foxwood Open FPO coverage. I'd like to give a special thanks to the patrons of Parked Pro. You guys are the best, you guys make this all possible.
And if you are enjoying the video, don't forget to subscribe for more awesome content. Today's coverage is presented by Innova Disc Golf. We are super excited to bring you the back nine of the beautiful Foxwood Disc Golf course, which has a 4.6 overall rating on UDisc. I'd agree with that.
Yeah, very high. I like it.
This is also a US DGC qualifier and the Throw Pink Championships qualifier, so very important tournament we have here. So after 9, I am sitting at a +5, Colleen a +11, and Sandi at a +15. So Sandi still has some time to catch up to Colleen for that second qualifying spot. Or they could overtake me and take them both.
Yeah, anything can happen on this course. There's a lot of OB, a lot of Mandos. Anything could happen.
Anything could happen. And let's check in with everybody else that is playing the course today. We have Alicia Hum sitting at a +4, same with Karen, +6, +7, +10, and +9. So you can see that staying clean is definitely the main goal out here at Foxwood Open.
Alrighty, hole 10, par 3, 365 feet. This hole can be a little tricky with this water right here. If you don't push it far enough, you're ending up in it, but on this back right side, that is OB, and you find a lot of people ending up in there.
Yeah, for the FPO field, there's not many of us going for this pin. We're kind of just going safe. Unless you're Colleen, I think she's the only one who goes over the water. But I'm just throwing a stable D2, and I did not commit to my safe play, and I played too safe, but I'm out in the open over on the left.
Yeah, that is super safe. Nothing to worry about over there.
Looks like Sandi is also throwing a D2, and she, I think, wanted that a little bit wider.
Yeah.
Oh, and it just skips into the water.
Trickles OB. That was brutal. You know she was just going for the layup right in front of it.
Yeah. Colleen throwing that Wraith. I'm pretty sure it's a Wraith that has a beautiful flight. I would not be throwing any of my pretty discs over the water. Oh, but she gets over the water, and she will have a jump putt for a birdie, which a birdie on this hole, you're definitely getting strokes on the whole field.
For sure.
But I'm just throwing this simple little upshot. But I threw it way too soft.
Oh no, hitting the tree.
Yeah, the wind kind of takes it and hits the tree, so. Oh, Chris to the rescue.
No disc left behind. Nice and easy upshot. She hit the tree as well, but that is an easy putt for Sandi. Colleen with the jump putt. Well, she gave it the height. Just a little right.
But she'll be tapping in for a par. You're not mad at a par on this hole.
Oh, hooking on your finger.
Just want to hit every tree that's in front of the basket, but we'll be tapping in for a bogey. Oh, and a great putt from Sandi to save her bogey. So Colleen getting a stroke on me and Sandi there with her par. Yeah, so there was no birdies, a couple bogeys, and even a double bogey. So it is playing pretty hard, but I think a lot of the girls are working on their distance, and next year I would not be surprised if more of us went for the birdie on this one, because I think we can get over the pond. It's just a little bit scary. Hole 11 is a par 3, 350 feet. We have OB on the right, and this is a pretty hard hole for the FPO division. It's kind of long, and you have to have that turn on your disc the whole time. As you can see, it is a little bit downhill, but it is pretty blocked by some trees. So let's see how close everybody can get to the basket. Colleen up first. She's going to be throwing a turnover.
Oh,
wow.
Shaping it beautifully.
And it was holding that turn really good, but the downhill just makes your disc want to fade out. So she'll be in circle 2 somewhere.
I do feel like this hole plays more to the sidearm, because you just needed to fade that way at the end, but you are going backhand as well.
Yes, and I threw it way too high. And it just, I don't know what happened. I think it just faded out, and I'm out in the open somewhere, but honestly, a par on this hole as well, I'm not mad at.
Sandi, lefty, going straight for it. Parking the short pin. Absolutely parking
the
it.
short basket. I think she's actually touching the pole. And I'm just doing a jump putt. Trying to get as close to the basket as possible.
Good little up. Nice little tap in there.
Colleen doing the same. She's probably giving this a run though. She runs everything.
Oh, little floaty bid.
Yeah, she's right on this basket, which is kind of unfortunate because now she kind of has to maneuver around it. She doesn't know whether she wants to mark it or not.
Yeah, that was tough. Oh no.
Hopefully she stretched this morning. Oh man, that was difficult. But she's up there for a putt.
Oh, chaining out left. Sandi's all over this basket today.
Oh no, now
maybe
a right chain out.
Maybe it's a bad basket.
Must be. Oh no.
Do you ever feel stressed when you walk up and you just see two people chain out?
Yes, I do. It makes me think about my putt more. So 2 unfortunate bogeys. But I'm sure they'll bounce back next hole. Hopefully.
Hole 12, par 5, 940 feet. For the FPO, they are looking to land right on this hill or just over it. And then for their second shot, they're trying to land somewhere near this first hazard on the left. We are not playing the basket on the right. That is for the amateurs. They have moved it this year to this one straight ahead. It plays a little more difficult.
You know what? I like the change. I think it's easier in a way.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about the hazard, so it's not as like gimmicky.
Yes, and we get a full stroke more because last year was a par 4 to the short basket. So I think this was a really good change this year. I'm throwing my D3, and I just kind of throw that a little bit too low. But I land on top of the hill, which the other 2 days I was down further on the hill, and I kind of liked it up on that hill. You got like a higher
vantage point?
Yeah.
That's pretty sick. Oh, Colleen going full flex here.
She boomed this shot. She's down the hill to the right.
Sandi leaking over to the right side, but honestly, you can land anywhere on this fairway as long as you're not in the trees, and you're pretty much fine.
Yeah.
This second shot is where you can get into some danger.
And she looks like she's heading right for that hazard, but it's much further than it looks. And she's right in the middle.
Definitely helps to have a rangefinder on this kind of hole.
Do a little dance.
Yeah, look at this vantage point. You're throwing downhill, can get a little extra distance.
Yeah, I actually really preferred being up there. I wish I kind of knew that. And I landed somewhere there in the middle of the fairway.
Just short of the hazard.
Yeah. Colleen throwing the same disc. That just has a really nice big S flight, and she gets some good distance, and she's up there. Definitely in the birdie zone.
Yeah, you definitely want to get some distance just so to make this third shot a lot easier, but not necessarily need it.
Sandi throwing a big flex to the left. And I actually think that going left would be easier because it's a little bit more open. I'm throwing a hyzer at it and you have to swoop behind or in front of that tree. And I disked up and I thought that it was fine, but I was actually pretty short. So another deceiving throw. As you can see, Colleen is throwing a full speed driver.
Going a little too straight. You want that to
Oh,
fade a little
no.
bit more. She might be in the trees.
Sandi just having to pitch up because of that tree. But easy par. I'm a little bit short, but I'm looking at our birdie. Oh,
Oh, right side.
missed it right, and that kind of trickled into the trees there.
Ooh,
yeah.
This is tough.
Oh, throwing a little sidearm.
Oh, easy.
Easy out. It'll be a tap and par. Knee putt. Who
Nice.
practices their knee putts?
Not me.
Not me. Saving the par. Looks like everybody's just going to be tapping in for a par. So no birdies on the day, which I'm surprised because I know most of the women can definitely get their birdie on this hole. So that's unfortunate, but maybe next year we can get a couple more. But I did really like the change that they made, making it a little bit longer and adding a hole stroke because I think it played way better for the FPO division.
Let's have a little check-in at the scoreboard. Chantel sitting at a +6, Colleen 12, Sandi 17. Everybody is still fighting. There are just a couple strokes in between each other. You got to remember, they're fighting for another spot at the Throw Pink Championship, so every stroke still matters.
Yeah, you never want to give up on the course because you don't know what could happen.
The Innova Alien, our newest multi-purpose disc. It's like nothing you've seen before. With a pretty beefy mid-range bottom, but a very familiar sonic top, it creates physics-defying stability. From intermediate to pro-level power, backhands to forehands, the Alien. Flying to a dealer near you.
Hole 13 is a par 3, 400 feet. This is another pretty difficult hole for the FPO division to be getting birdies on. So we have OB to the right, and then all on the left side is open. What I like to do is just bail out on the left side, do an upshot, take my par. But if you're feeling brave, definitely going over the OB is the best way to get the birdie on this hole. So I'm throwing my D2, and I think we had a tailwind. So I think I early released it a little bit. Way too safe. I've been in the OB, and it's just not worth it. It's not worth the stroke.
That's definitely fine. You do want to be closer than that, but that's fine. Colleen going right over it.
Oh yeah, she's trusting that disc.
Full faith.
Oh!
Oh,
It's so good. She'll have a look at birdie. A good lefty hole.
Yeah, not bad.
Let's see if Sandi will push the OB or if she's just going to be... Oh, she's going to lay up.
Sandi is a smart player.
She is a very smart player. She doesn't mess with no funny stuff.
She lets everybody else make the mistakes.
Definitely shorter than what I wanted, but I'm just throwing a little jump putt out there. And tap and par. Just like I planned. Ooh, Sandi
Oh,
running it.
Wow.
Wow, that was... I just love her floaty runs. They're so pretty and just have a perfect little flight. And then they fall right next to the basket.
Oh, a run by Colleen. Oh,
Just over. She's really trying to make a move. And she's been getting close to some of the longer baskets, that's for sure.
Oh, just missing
Oh,
that
no.
comebacker, unfortunately.
So Sandi and I tapping in our pars and Colleen tapping in a bogue.
You do got to give props to Colleen for running all these putts. Like, she's
Definitely.
really fighting for it.
Yeah, so this hole played a whole stroke over par. Lots of bogeys. So it's a little bit surprising. I wonder if most of the field tried to go for this hole and went over the OB. Hole 14 is a par 5, 895 feet. It plays a little bit longer since it is uphill. Your first shot, you're just trying to get out in the open as close as possible to this OB line here, so that your second shot, you're just throwing as far as possible, trying to land in the open. Once again, you do not want to turn anything over and go into the trees, because that just makes your third shot way more difficult. There is a green before the basket, so you have to keep that in mind. Also, there is OB behind the basket. Definitely a lot can go wrong on this hole, but we are all going to be trying to get a birdie on this one.
Chantel throwing her D4, and it is not turning as much, but just going dead straight, and that is perfect. That works.
That's fine. It looked like I didn't really throw that hard. Sandi doing the same thing, just throwing out to the left side.
Getting some good skips
Oh,
there,
yeah.
and
Great
that
shot.
works as well. Oh, there's the angle.
Oh yeah, she really committed to that turnover, and look at the distance on this one. She's getting all the way up there, nice and close to that OB line.
That's fantastic.
Now she won't have to go over the water as much. She can kind of take that right side up and get some good distance.
Sandi easily clearing any of the OB and just right in the open.
Maybe wanted to be a little bit more left, but she's a lefty, so she has all that left airspace to throw her disc. And I'm just
Ooh.
throwing a D3 as far as I can and getting to the nice open space.
I like the late turn on that. That was beautiful. Oh, Colleen mashing on one. Unfortunately, turning a little too much. She's going to be in the trees. She might have an opening from there, but not ideal.
And Sandi just laying up on this one. You have to be pretty far up on your second shot to go over the green. And I said, let's go for it. So I'm throwing my D3. And there is some room on the left, so if you don't throw far enough, it can be safe. But I got over no problem, and I'm looking at a birdie. Oh yeah, there's a lot of trees here. Colleen's just looking to pitch out.
Perfectly done. Just right in front of the OB.
Sandi doing a nice little upshot. Oh, and it's perfect. Like usual. Oh man, and Colleen just leaving that one a little bit low, so she's gonna have a long putt for her par.
Oh, and Colleen running another big putt just off to the right. Oh,
Big putt.
that was huge.
I was hunting for that birdie for so long. It's such a difficult hole, but so rewarding to finally get it.
Is that the first time you got that in the tournament?
I think I might have got it the year before, but it's definitely a good one to get. It's very gettable, but you have to have 3 great shots. So this hole played .78 over par.
So only one birdie on the day, and you guys got to see it. That's pretty cool. Hole 15, par 3, 270 feet. One of my favorite holes that I don't end up getting. You just want to throw a low shot under this tree, have it skip up to the basket. There is the alternative play of going to the left of the tree, but then that brings in the play of the hazard and the OB green. And I do think we're going to be able to see that today with Sandi being a lefty.
Whoops.
Ooh, yank.
I yanked that right into the trees, but luckily this year it is not OB. So I'll just be right on the edge there and trying to get my par. Oh, and you were right, Chris. Sandi going around the left side.
Oh, skipping out of the hazard.
I did that
And she's sitting pretty close for a birdie. One of Colleen's signature low lines, right at the basket.
Oh, she just laser straight to it.
Yep, perfect.
Okay, you weren't too far in.
No, I got kind of lucky there and was on the edge. Just pitching up for my par. Good putt from Sandi, getting a nice birdie. And I'm tapping in my par, and look at Colleen.
Absolutely
Don't
parked.
bump your head, girl. Good birdie. There was 3 birdies on the day, Colleen, Karen, and Sandi, so we saw 2 of them.
Nice, that's a good one to get.
So checking in with the scoreboard, I am still holding on to first. Colleen and Sandi are 3 strokes apart, and that second place gets a Throw Pink Championship ticket, so I'm sure Sandi's trying her best to catch up to Colleen.
Hi, I'm Innova Team Captain Nate Sexton. Welcome to our instructional disc golf series. Maybe even bank over to the right, and that's going to give the putt loft. Like flex line, so you'll see this come out a little bit higher in relation to my elbow. To give you a variety of different shot shapes. In your group, the farthest away player should go first towards the basket.
Hole 16, par 3, 275 feet. A lot of the people on my card ended up going sidearm and just blasting it straight, trying to keep it low and having it skip in. I'm very interested to see how the FPO play it, knowing that they don't throw sidearms as much.
I also saw someone throw to the right side over the green, which I didn't even think about.
Yeah, having it skip off the green
Yeah.
would be cool.
Sandi throwing a nice low shot, but it is going to be short on that hill. This is a signature for Colleen. Look at her, licking her chops. And a beautiful shot.
That is amazing.
She just throws those low shots so good, and she will have a putt for her birdie. Now, I'll be throwing the sidearm like you said that you do, but I didn't throw it very well.
Oh no, a little too high.
Way too high. I really want to try that right side and skipping off the green. I think that that is a good play, and I didn't even think about it.
Yeah, you can definitely get creative here with the skips.
And that upshot, I just left it way too low, and I hit the hill. Big run by Sandi. She almost,
Threw that in.
yeah.
That was cool. Big putt.
Big putt for my par save.
Oh, left side.
You know what? I feel like that could have stayed in.
It could have. Maybe a different basket. Colleen.
Oh, her sticks. That was a good birdie by Colleen.
That was huge.
Just scraping by with that birdie.
What a good get.
Sandi with the par, and I'll be tapping in for my bogey.
Colleen, the only birdie on the day.
Very good birdie to get. It's tough to get there. Colleen getting a stroke on Sandi there, getting closer to securing her spot to the Throw Pink Championships. Oh, and you can see how terrible it was through my sorrow. Hole 17 is a par 4, 630 feet. Another difficult technical hole. We are pitching up on top of this hill, and there is a Mando on that tree in the middle. The second shot, you're throwing through these trees, staying right of the Mando, but there is OB to the right, so you have to keep it inside. Make sure you get that fade. Just looking to stay clean on this one and get your par.
All right, Colleen up first. Throwing a beautiful flip up. You just want that to fade, and it definitely does. She's in a perfect spot. Sandi keeping it a little left. Just want that to skip back because you don't want to be too pinched off.
Yeah, that would make this hole difficult, especially for a lefty. This is a very hard hole for a lefty. If you don't have a sidearm, that second shot, I wouldn't want to do it.
For sure. Chantel hanging it over OB a little bit, and once again, just perfectly fine.
Now here's the shot that matters. Oh, and she hits that great. It might be a little bit too inside, yeah.
Clips the tree.
Clips the tree, but she should have a pretty easy upshot for her par. I'm trying to channel my inner Colleen. Nice low. Nope. Too high, but I get through the trees. It's also too inside. So looking back at this, you really need to commit to going to the right so you can get that full flight and get down to the basket. Sandi's like, oh, that's right where I want to be. Right in the middle.
Yeah, she was a little pinched off for her lefty.
Oh, going up that left side gap.
Oh, just catching a tree. That would have skipped. It would have been great.
So having a little bit of difficulty on this hole. But a beautiful upshot. She'll be tapping in for her bogey. Do you think Colleen's running this?
Always.
Oh, I think you were wrong on that.
Yeah, I think that was a...
But she hit the pole, so...
Yeah, just a layup. Are you running this one?
No.
Oh, it would have been cool if you did.
Yeah, it kind of slopes behind the basket, and I didn't feel like putting. So,
yeah, being so close to the end of the tournament.
I just wanted it to be done. Me and Colleen are tapping in for our pars. Oh, it looks like it's at the same time. Nice. So there were no birdies on the day, and it played 0.89 over par.
Dang.
Yeah, difficult hole. Okay, the final hole, hole 18, is a par 4, 710 feet. This is also a difficult hole because of the low ceiling, and then we have an island green to finish off the whole round.
Yeah, they definitely want to put a lot of pressure on you at the end because there's OB here, and then on your third shot, everybody is watching you come into the final hole, and you just have all these eyes watching you. You got to hit this tiny little island. A lot of people try to play the skip off the road and just have it skid up to the basket, but you do see some people try to crash into this tree and just have it drop.
Yes. As you can see, there's OB within the circle, so a hard shot for your last shot of the day.
I love it. I love it.
It is a good hole. Colleen up first. She's going to be throwing one of her signature low drives. And you're just trying to get somewhere up in the middle. Setting up for your second shot. I'm throwing my D2. Just trying to get up in the middle as well.
That's a fine placement.
Sandi get a nice flex on that disc. And she's going to be landing basically in the same spot as me.
As long as you're not right behind a tree, anywhere is pretty much fine.
Yeah. So there is a little bit of OB on the right, but you don't really have to worry about it much because you get over it and there's a lot of space over on that right side. And Colleen is up in the middle, should be fine for her next shot.
Oh, Chantel, going over OB a little bit, but nothing you have to worry about.
I definitely like being further to the right because if you're left, there are some trees there that make that upshot pretty difficult. And I think Sandi landed
just a little left.
Yeah, as you can see, there's some trees there, and oh, she just looks like she got a little bit scared and threw it into the ground, but she's happy it's in bounds.
My body went.
All right, Colleen looking at the island green. She's probably like, what, 150 feet away?
Yeah.
Oh!
Just right before the OB.
Sticks the landing.
What a great upshot.
So dramatic this hole.
Chantel going standstill.
Floaty PA3. Ooh, and it's nice and close for my final tap in.
Don't have to worry, no nerves on that one.
There's still a little bit of nerves.
Sandi, a little jumper.
Oh!
Right under the pin. Curls
Leaning
up
on the pin.
Great putt by Colleen.
A great par to get. This is definitely a difficult hole. No FPOs getting the birdie on this one. I'm tapping in. I'm finishing at a +6 for the win. Oh, it felt so good. And Sandi tapping in for the bogey.
And there it is. Very exciting. Great group of ladies to play with.
Yes, it's always fun playing with the Canadian ladies.
Oh,
On behalf of Grand River Disc Golf, Innova, and Explore Waterloo Region, I am proud to present our FPO champion, Chantel Budinsky.
Yep. Thank you.
So I finally got the win at Foxwood. I've been hunting for this win for a while, and I got the ticket to the Throw Pink Championship, so it means a lot. I worked really hard, and I'm just happy to finally play some good rounds here at the beautiful Foxwood Open. And Colleen getting second at +12, so she also has the Throw Pink Championship spot.
we just love coming to all these Canadian tournaments. It's just so much fun being around everybody, the people that we grew with when we started playing disc golf, and it's just really awesome being able to be here. And a special thank you to Explore Waterloo Region for helping this coverage be done.
I also want to say thank you to Parked Pro for coming out here, filming all the ladies and the MPO, getting all this awesome content of the Canadian scene. It means a lot to us, and I can't thank you enough.
And don't forget to like and subscribe to Parked Pro. They're putting out great content, and we really appreciate you guys having us. Thank you all so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.
Bye!